Oh, you know, I'm a changed man because when I guess people's cars, I pretty much never get it wrong, and we're doing it again. This is the second to last episode where I asked you guys to please stop sending me your cars in Discord, and all you keep doing is sending me your cars in Discord. So if you didn't know, I ask you 6 questions. I say, how much was the car and when did you buy it? What was the mod that you're most proud of, and what's the brand? What wheel size do you have? What tire size do you have? And how much total horsepower does that little box of 4 motors, 6 rotor, 8 rotor, V8, V10 CAD wearing guy ask? I don't know what I'm talking about. How much total horsepower does your car have? What was the last major maintenance item? Was it planned or unplanned? And what's the worst modification on the car? We're gonna be guessing, and I want you to guess along with me. So I'm Alex, AlexMartini with 2 underscores on Instagram, and in this series of Town Hall Parking, we're guessing people's cars. Which, by the way, if you want us to have the last episode of the series feature Dakota and Gels, let me know below because I can get them over to the house and we can guess together. And it would be chaotic and super interesting. First up, we got Kyle Hardy. He spent $13,000 in 2008. It's got an 18M112 supercharger, luxury abstract Scara wheels, about 350 horsepower, water pump and timing belt, and current exhaust costs low-end power. Joke's on you, Kyle. I know who you are. That is 100% a Lexus GS400. It pays to know people. I know Kyle Hardy because he's in the local area, Minnesota, Wisconsin area. He's been at some Wisconsin Car Enthusiast Club car shows. He was at La Crosse Speedway a few times. And this man has a wickedly clean GS400. This thing just, it spanks. I don't know how else to explain it besides that. It goes so well. And the trunk setup is insane. It is a beautiful show car. 100% love it. 10 out of 10. Okay, I'm at 1 for 1, which, by the way, I'm live streaming Wednesdays at 5 p.m. and I usually bring shots with me when I fail this episode. So if you're watching this, go check out the live stream on Wednesdays and laugh at me as I try to race on Gran Turismo. Next up, we got Isha Grill, 8,000 CAD in 2023. He got Enki DEDR9 wheels that have a dual bolt pattern. What? Enkis have dual bolt pattern? It's got around 138 horsepower, and then it's a 5x1 14.3. His last major repair was a front end strut and end links. The car's fully stocked, so in my eyes, it's perfect. However, my radio is starting to die, so that's fun. Who needs a radio when you got 138 screaming horsepowers of fun? Dare I say, a 240 SX. 5x1 14.3? No, I don't know. 205 55? Like a base model Mustang? I don't know. What is it? It's a 2009 Hyundai Elantra. I would have never have guessed this car. There's not a single moment in my life that I would have guessed that it was this car. That's intense. I didn't know Enki made a dual bolt pattern wheel, or at least recently. Maybe that's an old setup of wheels. So he says that he plans on prepping the car for rallying, to which I would say, good luck, sir. Looks like a fun car to give it a shot. Next up, we've got Hack Job 1309226. He said he got it for $16,000 in 2019 with 10,000 miles. It's got a remote tune and Esslinger Racing sport cams. The stock wheels are 5x108, 18x8 with Goodyear 235/45. Runs somewhere near 250 horsepower. I would say that this is a Ford of some kind because of the bolt pattern. A Ford Focus, perhaps? This has to be a Ford Focus. It has to be. I'm going in. Ford Focus ST. It's not. It's a Ford Fusion SE, apparently, which is so very exciting and not what I anticipated at all. Looks relatively pretty stock, but I wish you the best of luck. My friend Zach used to have one of these that he put a blow-off valve on, and then he just ran around town all the time popping the blow-off valves just because it was fun. Next up, we have MF Priv. Okay, he spent $12,000 Australia. Okay, that's 8,000 USD. In December of 2022, it's got Group M carbon fiber intake, custom welded intake arms, Koenig hypergrams, and then he's got around 240 at the crank. Fuel pump unplanned since it left me stranded on the side of the road. That is most of our cars. It's got PLM headers, exhaust leaks, and cracks even after welding a flex pipe on. There's not a whole lot here giving it away besides the Group M carbon fiber intake. I use the power of Discord, and I'm gonna cheat. Right next to his name, it's got a Honda logo, which, by the way, if you're on Discord, when you log in, you have to say what kind of cars you own. He owns a Honda. This is gonna be a Honda something. Honda Accord. I'm guessing it because he's got a little Honda badge next to his name. Otherwise, I am shit out of luck, and it is a 2007 Honda Accord Euro Luxury, which is also known as an Acura TSX in the United States. How exciting is that? That actually looks really cool. It reminds me of an Integra with the wing. It's got that Teggy style look. The wheels look really good on this thing too. That is nuts. I love simple builds like that. I think that stuff's so clean. All right, so Suited Sun spent $10,000 in 2010. That's a good chunk of change for a while ago. It's got a self-built engine that's at 30,000 miles. He beats on it, paired with a Garrett GTX 2867R set to 28 PSI with all the supporting beefy mods, internals, manifolds, fueling, cooling, ignition, all the good stuff. He's got VMR V703s. That narrows it down to Audi. Audi or BMW. VMRs are exclusively, pretty much, the official, unofficial, kind of rep wheel brand of every Volkswagen and every Audi and every BMW ever made. And it's got 18 by 8.5 ET35 5x120s. Important, 500 to 5x120 adapters. Interesting. And he's running a 255/35 R² setup. 400 all-wheel horsepower. That's nuts. There's only a couple cars I know that can do this. One, the fact that it's 18 by 8.5 plus 35s would lead me to believe that it's like an S4. It's an Audi of some kind for sure. The thing that's tough is that he didn't say it was a twin turbo setup. He doesn't really talk about that, which would lead me to believe it's a single turbo setup. And the only single turbo setup was some of the newer Audi stuff, but you wouldn't be modifying that because it's not a very modifiable platform. That would tell me it's maybe an Audi TT, which is dangerous to have 400 all-wheel horsepower on a little tiny car that used to fly off the road until they put a little lip on the back. That's a true story, by the way. I'm going with an Audi TT. What do we got? 2000 Mark 1 Audi TT Quattro. I'm so goddamn good at this. Not really. I think I'm still at like negative points. This thing's wickedly cool. Audi TTs used to be so popular to modify, and then something happened and then they just died. This thing looks like it gets its ass beat on the track though. That front bumper has seen some life, and so have those headlights. That's wild. That's such a cool car, but it's got 230,000 miles on the platform as a whole. That is so nasty. Absolutely love it. Oman 1ZN spent $1,000 in 2021 out of a scrapyard. He wants to get it running because there's only 329 made. OEM two-piece wheels, 17 by 8, 5 by 112 bolt pattern. What did I say 5 by 112 was again? My brain hurts. It's got 280 horsepower on a good day, and it's got V8 stitched in the OEM floor mats, but it does not have a V8. A Volkswagen of some kind? A Sirocco? A Golf R? A R32? I'm going with an R32. Volkswagen R32. That's what I'm doing. Idiot! It's a 2003 Volkswagen Passat W8 6-speed, one of two in this color imported. That's a lot of information to know about a car that I probably wouldn't be able to tell that it was that special. And next up, we got Formal Snout. He says, love the channel, keep it up. He bought a car for 13 grand in July of 2022, and he's most proud of the BorgWarner KO4's 2.8 heads and cams and a carbon fiber Y-pipe. I don't even need to go any farther. I'm so confident in this that this is an Audi S4. You don't even need to talk to me about anything else. I know it's an S4. Going in. Boom. God, I'm feeling good on this episode. I am getting it down. The moment he said BorgWarner KO4s, it was over. Then he said the 2.8 heads and cams because the S4 has 2.7T V6, the 2.7T turbo. It's a twin turbo, and then it's got a 6-speed transmission, and then it's got a Y-pipe. I know this because I had a C5A6, and I also wanted to get the carbon fiber Y-pipe. This is beautiful. 429 horsepower to the wheels in perfect condition. That is nuts. He's got KW coilovers. It's a match made in heaven. These cars are so awesome. Last but not least, we have Alpha UWW. He says, greetings from Tokyo, Japan. Here's a car that's never been sold in the US market, but please take a guess. It's equivalent to $20,000 in December of 2021. Previous owner replaced the halogen headlights with HID. It's got OEM 17 by 7, 4 by 100 wheels with Goodyear efficient grips, 115 horsepower on paper, and then it's got an oil change scheduled. Dash cam is the mod. You've given me nothing here. 17 by 7, 4 by 100 bolt pattern. I feel defeated, especially after being so good on the last one. Can I go with something like a Suzuki Cappuccino? Nope, that wasn't even close. It is a 2019 Volkswagen Up GTI. I suppose that these were never sold in the United States, but those are tiny little cars. It's so crazy to see these tiny cars on racetracks like Yokohama, which I think is where this picture's taken, because it's so small. You could go like 8 wide with these cars on the track and you still would have space to overtake. That is nuts. That is super cool. Greetings from Tokyo, Japan. Hello, Alpha. Thank you for joining the Discord. So if you guys want to be in the next episode, be sure to drop your cars in the Discord chat below. I'll put the link. And just so you guys know, the last Friday of the month, it'll be our last episode of this series. So if you want to be in it, bring your bunches, upload your car, and make it special. I think we're going to get Dakota and Gels in here if you want that, but let me know in the comment section below. I'm Alex, AlexMartini with 2 underscores on Instagram. We will see you later. Adios.